Hi everyone, this is Doug Putnam. In this screencast, I'm going to show you how to use colors with your Unix shell prompt. One of the things we use them for are splash screens. Here are a couple that I use. Each of them tells me exactly which system I'm logging into. This is always helpful because if you have a lot of servers, it's easy to get lost and forget where you are. Bash uses escape codes to change the colors. The escape codes are hairy little beasts. Backslash 033, square bracket 0, semicolon 30M. That's pretty meaningless to the average man on the street, so let's break it down. The 033, that's an escape character with a backslash in front of it. We can also express that as backslash E. After the square bracket comes a 0, that's the modifier. Tells us whether it's to print this character as normal, bold, background color, underline, blinking, and so on. After the semicolon comes the 30M. This is the actual color code itself. They all end with an M. This one happens to be black, 30. We can apply it to a string or a string in our shell by putting all of this into single quotes. Backslash 033, the color code for red. Backslash U is the username. And we turn all the text to black again, print a semicolon, print a blue colette, and this is what we end up with. So this will be my PS1 prompt. Let's create an ASCII art splash screen. I like these. Let's go to Google. The first thing we do is look for some ASCII art text site. There are some pretty good ones out there. Let's take this one at the top, one of my favorites, and you simply type in the text that you want to turn into ASCII art, and you apply a font to it. I like the Impossible font. Gives me this Norbert, and you carefully just copy all this text and save it to your to memory. We're going to paste this into a text file on our server. Log into Norbert, and one of the things I want to do is create a file called .shellprompt. This will be a hidden file on the system. I'm going to type in echo-e. So echo-e will execute the commands in whatever string I give it. Notice my terminal is not quite wide enough, so the text looks pretty weird when we paste it in. But when I run it at the command line, when I source it with a dot, it prints perfectly. What I want to do now is make sure that this code gets loaded every time I log in. So I'm going to include that code in my .bash profile, which is the login file for the bash shell. This .bash profile runs every time I log in. So here I just type in a line to include the .shell prompt. Now, one of the things I want to do is log out, log back in. There it is. So now when I get up to Norbert, this is what I see. But let's go back to putting the color in now. Here's a chart that I made. Shows all of the possible colors just so you can know what you've got to work with. Some of these colors look good. Some of them don't look good. It depends on the background color of your terminal. In general, they look best on a black background. But I'm going to demonstrate it at first in a white background. Later on, we'll change it. So I take the color codes specifically for each line or every other line, and I print them into this file. You can see it's laborious. When I made this, I just pasted them in one at a time. And at the end, I put backslash 033, square bracket 0M. That turns off the colors. Then I'm going to source it again. There you go. I've got colors. Not bad. However, they are a little pale and not the kind of excitement I'm really looking for. So if I want to really give it some bite, I have to turn the background black. These colors are pretty vibrant against the black background. So I just go to my terminal settings panel, go to the colors, set the text color to white, set the background to black, and all of a sudden everything looks pretty great. Now when I source that shell prompt, I come up with this. Pretty cool. So, and when I log back in, this is what I see. I know that I'm on Norbert. I'm not about to make any mistakes there now. If you want more information, I would always recommend going to Google and typing in bash shell colors. You'll find more information than you ever wanted to have. Anyway, talk to you later. Keep hacking.